Hi, everybody. My name is Bill Evans. For those of you that don't know the face with a name, I was out on disability from 2015 to 2018. I went through what many of you know that have been on LTD or are on disability, especially if you've been told you'll never fly again. I've been through the depression, the anxiety, trying to figure out how you're going to make ends meet, the insomnia that comes with all that, and the general anger of the situation that you find yourself in. When I got off long-term disability, I just started a support group for others. I knew there had to be more out there. I had no idea how many there were. Now we all know there's about 950 out there. A little bit after I started the support group and the GoFundMe account to help with medical expenses for guys that might need help, which, by the way, we've helped quite a few people with that account. Some COG screens, some surgeries, hotels for spouses to stay by their husbands while they are laying in ICU. The account's just been great, and everybody that donated, thank you very much. But shortly after that, Dan Carey met with me. I talked to him about what the union could do, and he took it to heart, and he started a Disabled Pilot Advocacy Committee as an ad hoc committee under him, and funded it, and asked me to be a part of it. I made sure that it was known that if for some reason this didn't work out in the future, that it was okay with everybody, that I would just go back to the grassroots side and continue the efforts the best I know how, to help those that are out on disability. That went along great. Dave Sparks, Greg Price, Ed Jasowicz, we all started off on this committee. Eventually, Dave and Ed and Greg left for various reasons, and Michael Phelan and Jay Wilhelm came aboard and helped many pilots on long-term disability. In November, the board wanted to make us permanent. They took us, we said, yeah, I guess so, that's great. And they put us underneath the Aero Medical Committee without consulting any of us, and made us a subcommittee. We thought, well, I guess that's all right. Makes sense. We'll just go from there. Turns out the more we went, the more we realized that it was just structurally flawed. The Aeromedical Committee is there to help pilots gain or retain a medical. That has very little with what we do as far as the support and making sure everybody has the benefits that they deserve and the pay they deserve when they're out. And the emotional support and sense of community that is sorely lacking when you're on disability. So consequently, every time we help somebody with what we call out-of-the-box efforts, we got spanked by the leadership of the Aeromedical Committee, and rightfully so. That's again, a fundamental difference in our missions. All this being said, we decided that this just wasn't working. We needed to branch out. So we talked with a few board members and Pablo, my vice chair out in LA, crafted a resolution to do just that, pull us out, make us an independent committee where we could work more effectively to help the members that need the help on disability. I came to the spring board meeting last week, and they met to talk about this resolution, and they invited us in the room to discuss it. And I got to say, it was eye-opening. When you hear board members say that they don't appreciate grassroots movements in unions, and other board members say that these members don't decide what to do, they're not directors, we are. It was pretty eye-opening. They had no good reason why we should not be out from underneath Aeromedical. They mentioned it could cost more, which it wouldn't cost an extra cent. It would be the same, and it would create more work for them. Neither one of us in the room could understand how it would create more work for board members to have this as a standalone. Anyway, it became very apparent this wasn't going to work, so we left the Disabled Pilot Awareness Committee, as it is now called, or subcommittee as it's now called, As I guess as I said I would do if it looked as if it wouldn't be as effective as it could be a year ago. So now I've left. I've come back to the grassroots side. It's called LTD now. Michael Phelan and Jay Wilhelm, they also left during the spring board meeting. So now the only people left on that committee are aeromedical leadership. Again, they just have a fundamentally different idea of what this committee should be. All that being said, I want to let you know that now we have moved to where I am going to do the same thing I have been doing through the LTD Now group. I've talked to Dave Sparks, Jay Wilhelm, and Michael Phelan, and they've all agreed to come over and help through the grassroots side, doing exactly what we were doing before and offering as much support as we can for you guys. We will be posting our names, our phone numbers, and our email addresses, nothing to do with APA, out there for anybody on disability, anybody that's thinking about disability, or anybody that needs help getting back to work. We will be there to help you, and we will be available 24/7 just as we've always been. Sorry about the long video. I type with 2 thumbs on an iPad, so it would have taken me half an hour to do this, so I'm just going to leave it here. If you have any suggestions, let us know. Thank you.